Oh God Almighty! I'm getting a phone call. Hi, Ricardo. Hey, great, great, great Monday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, and today
It
we got
is.
Gael with us today. And
Good evening.
hey, Gael, how you doing?
Pretty good, and yourself?
I'm doing good. It's kind of a trivia deal. I've known Gael for a little bit. I it's kind of, and I mentioned to Gael that I received a message from him sometime back. I think the message that I got was in regards to Tenasca, because
Yeah.
Gael was asking me about the audit. Good evening, good evening, good evening, Hey, Chris. Good evening. Gael was asking me about the audit, and he asked me to actually send him a link to the audit, which I did, because everyone that asked me for a link to
Hmm.
the audit, I made sure that I sent it their way. But it was I thought it was kind of cool because I sort of remember Gael from back when he was in Pace, graduating from Pace. Gael is kind of on the younger side, a little bit younger than Royal, Ray, Martinez, and myself. But again, most everyone here in the city of Brazil is younger than Ray, because this guy's kind of old. But I remember Gael back from when he was in Pace, and then so I was kind of intrigued that someone that was so young would be interested about hearing about the Tenasca audit, and so I said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And then I ran into Gael at one of my, I guess, semi favorite restaurants here in Brownsville at Komori. And
Oh,
the reason I like Komori is because it's on my way to the house, so I could get there, I could have a little drinky drink and do a little bit of the foodie stuff. And right now they have some pretty good ramen. Have you tried the ramen from Komori?
I don't think I have. Mostly the sushi and the
No,
gyozas.
it's like a new product for them. I think when you were there, I don't think they had the ramen. Did they?
Really? No, I don't remember ever seeing the ramen on the little command thingy.
Well, you were a waiter, so you should have known. No,
Yeah, yeah, I probably would have seen it. No,
no.
I
So it's,
just
no, it is, and they told me it was a new one, and it's not that bad. So anyone out there that wants to go try in Komori, it really isn't that bad. I kind of like the ramen there. It's all right. It's
mhm.
I've had better, but it's not bad. But let me tell you something. I've been. Have you been to that ramen place downtown, guy?
Kuyashi.
Have you been there?
Yes, I loved it.
The drinks are
You
great.
didn't like it.
The drinks are great. The food's okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say that the ramen is not as great as Komori's,
Mm-hmm.
and
The
definitely. Huh?
You liked more the one from Komori.
Oh yeah, and definitely not as great as the ramen from Santuario. Have you been to Santuario?
I have not. I haven't even heard of.
Let's do that Wednesday.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Don't stand me up again. But Santuario, the ramen in Santuario, they only make it on Wednesdays. Hey, that's how was your day? It's all right. I got stood up a couple times, but that's okay. But the
Yo no.
the the ramen at Santuario, este Gael, that's really good.
¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde queda el ramen ese?
It's in Olmito, yendo para Olmito, on the
Um,
frontage road. You know where the gas station's at Olmito?
yes.
Right next to it, it's Santuario's Tacos and Tragos or some crap like that.
Yeah, I used to work at a gummy factory someplace over there in Olmito.
Gummies
Um,
factory?
yes. Um, I got this job through my parents, and I was working there.
Oh, they make
Um,
the gummies with the chile.
yes.
I love that
Yes,
crap.
yes, gummies with chilito, super good. I would love eating those gummies, but it was bad because, I mean, gummies with chilito, it's not good for you, but
It's delicious.
delicious. Oh my God, I fell in love.
Me too. But I love the gummies. They're really good. Uh, Gummies are great. Shouldn't do anything extra to get gummies, but that's okay. That's a story for another day. But let me say that uh, the Santuario, we've got to go there. It only has ramen on Wednesdays. It's amazing. I actually loved
Mhm.
it there, and I like it. Well, good ramen uh, has to have amazing broth. And if it doesn't have amazing broth, it kind of suffers a little bit. And I think that that's what happened when I went to the that ramen place downtown. What's it called?
Kuyashi.
That one. I can't ever remember the name. And it's right next to my office too. But that one, I think I went, and the broth wasn't as thick as it needed to be
Uh-huh.
because it
That
has to be.
loses
Pardon me?
a lot of like the specialty that ramen
Yeah,
has, like it comes with.
it has to be special. It's special. It's got to be flavorful. And I think that's one of the things that Komori is doing. They're making it a little bit on the special side, so
Hmm.
it's pretty good. And so it's great, great, great stuff. So I did do the rum there, but they didn't have it there when Gael was there when I met him there. So I thought it was kind of cool. Good evening, Joe Rodriguez. So I thought it was kind of cool, and met up with Gael, and we were supposed to do coffee one day, and we actually did coffee like 2 weeks ago,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, Seventh and Park,
Seventh Park.
my
And let me tell
favorite
you,
coffee
huh?
place to
What?
go. It's my favorite coffee
I,
place to go.
let me tell you, I think a lot of people will remember that I was kind of like Seventh Park. Now I'm a big fan, thanks to Gael.
Yes, I'm glad I put you on.
Yeah, you've made me a believer, and it's kind of hard to make me a believer. But no, I love Seventh Park. That those cookies that we eat there, Gael,
Uy, las de cajeta
amazing.
están deliciosas. They're the best, I swear.
I don't know if they make them there or they get,
That's what I was wondering. I don't know, like if they have like a little kitchen back there where they prepare them, if some person delivers them.
or
I'm
someone
actually
makes them
pretty curious.
and they sell them for them.
Mm-hmm.
But those cookies, and they're like these wedding cookies from Mexico, right? Como
See,
con powdered
yeah,
sugar.
powdered sugar.
Yeah, powdered
Mhm.
sugar, and they got the cajeta in the middle. Those things are damn amazing.
They're like como si fueran los deditos.
Yeah, that one. That's the name of it. Los deditos.
Yes, como los deditos. Oh my God, delicious. I recommend.
Yeah, I love it. And the other thing that I had there, and we haven't had that when we go, but the other thing that I had there was I think it's a vegan donut.
Vegan
Have you tried
donut.
that?
No, I haven't.
Well, they had a vegan donut one time that I went. It was amazing,
Hmm.
and I kind of liked it. You've got to have this little taste for it. I don't know if Joe is a baker, Joe Rodriguez.
Really?
This guy makes amazing stuff.
Hey,
Like,
I've got to try.
well, he always makes stuff, and then he drops some by my office. So I'll let you know
Oh,
next time he makes some stuff.
please do.
But he makes amazing stuff. But I don't know if Joe's ever tried the vegan donut crap. And I was always kind of skeptical because I don't do a lot of the vegan stuff and a lot of the healthy stuff and stuff.
Hmm.
But the vegan donut that I tried there was kind of on the cool side. It was I liked it. But those cookies, are they cookies or
No,
they're like
they like in
Oreo?
between empanadas and cookies. I wouldn't know how to put it.
They're like Oreos, but with
Oreos.
the pan de deditos with the powdered sugar and the cajeta in the middle.
Hmm.
Those are amazing. Seventh Park, and so I every time I go, I don't know exactly what to order, but I always order the Mexican mocha something or something or other.
Hmm.
But Gael got me hooked on this oatmeal milk crap something drink.
It's a iced latte with oat milk, cinnamon, and vanilla sweetener. It's very good. It's my go-to all the time. I always
That's
go for
what I now order. I said whatever he orders is I think I'll.
it.
But it's kind of trippy. But you know, every time I get asked like what kind of milk do you want, I go like just regular milk.
Hmm.
But they've
Oat
got
milk.
like
It
almond
makes the
milk,
coffee creamier, more richer.
the
It
oatmeal one,
really makes a difference.
the
Oat
oatmeal.
milk. See, that's what I feel. Because I try regular milk and oat milk, and I do tell that there's a difference.
Well, let me tell you, since you got me on that damn drink, that I could taste the difference in the oatmeal.
Hmm.
I mean, I could actually taste the oatmeal milk, and I'm going like,
Hmm.
what the hell am I having? I mean, but I could sense the oatmeal in it, so that's kind of trippy.
Pair it with those cookies, and absolutely
Amazing,
amazing.
insane, because it's not overly sweet, which is
Hmm.
I was at first, it was kind of like a downer for me because I wanted it, when I'm having one of those coffee drinky thingies, I want them to be like hit me against the head being very sweet, and it
Yeah.
is sweet, but the cookies, like, they even it out.
Mm-hmm.
If they're cookies at all, I'm not even sure.
Sí. O sea, el pan.
Yeah,
Um,
but they look like cookies.
yeah.
Dedito, dedito find me cookies. Something I don't know what do they call them? I don't even know what they call them. I just say I want one of these.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm clueless. We should ask who makes them. Because shout out to the whoever makes those. They're very delicious.
Hey, Renee, hire McAllen. Everyone vote. um, what Miss Murillo is referring to is that our superintendent might be hired at McAllen to be the
Oh.
next superintendent in McAllen, because the superintendent in McAllen actually went to Harlingen, and
Mm-hmm.
the guy's kind of an arrogant prick. I know because I actually met the guy and actually interviewed the guy, but the guy produces, so the guy's in Harlingen. So the question was, is our superintendent going to McAllen? And it's one of those questions that you say, like, would it actually cause an impact for the guy not to be there?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? One of
Yeah.
the things, guy, and I think you could appreciate this, and I always tell people this: if you're going to be like working for a company, you got to make sure that your presence is so known that the day that you decide to say, you know what, I'm out of here, que te extrañen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Like make sure that you made enough of an impact.
Yeah, yeah, and it's important in every aspect of life. But make sure that you make enough of an impact that they're going to miss you when
Hmm.
you're no longer there.
Yeah. And do you say that this guy, what? It's not likely that he made one,
Well, this guy's
or at
probably
least.
made an impact in the wrong direction.
Hmm.
Whereas people are going to go like, "Phew, thank God he's gone."
Yeah.
But
So
but he's a smart guy. Los supers doing the dance por el dinero. Yeah, it's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins ultimately. But
sí.
let me say, I had a conversation with someone today, and they said, "Well, Erasmo, the guy basically, pretty smart, because what he did, guy, was he aligned his people, you know, enough people to back him up to whereas he could do anything he wanted."
And
But
that's scary.
and that is scary. It's scary for a district as big as Brownsville and a community as strong as Brownsville, because ultimately the fate of 38,000 students, and the one that just crossed right now in front of you, 38,000 students, and
Actually, idea kid.
eh?
He's an idea kid.
Oh, I think a lot of people are going to idea, but in Riverside, Riverview,
Riverview, yes.
Riverside. I call it Riverside because it's right next to it. But so it causes a big impact on 38,000 students, 6,000 employees, and
It's
and that's what hurts.
yeah. It's a lot of people being affected by it, and it's sad that they allowed him to have that freedom, that control over everything.
Yeah, and and
Um,
and that's what really sucks. And,
mhm,
and that's what really sucks, because at the end of the day, when you have individuals that are not strong-minded or have a gravitas, we, we could say gravitas instead of calling them balls, but having balls, if enough to stand up. And I think that's one of the things that the guy took advantage of. He took advantage of that he has like board members that are supposed to oversee his work that are weak-minded.
mhm,
And when you have individuals that are weak-minded, they're easily swayed to do whatever the hell you want to do. Like we have a board president, Jessica Gonzalez, is probably the most stupid individual that I've ever met in my life. Has absolutely no common sense, no education. I mean, we mentioned that you graduated from Pace.
mhm.
You have a high school diploma. You're taking classes at the college. This chick doesn't even have a high school diploma, and has no common sense. And there's a lot, and again, nothing against individuals that don't have a high school diploma,
Mhm.
because a lot of individuals, they have common sense to compensate the lack of
Yeah.
a título. You know what I'm saying?
So, what's her position? Like,
The board president.
So the board president for education has no education.
No degree, none.
That's what interesting. That explains.
Explains a lot. It explains why BISD is going to the gutter, and explains, Gael, why a lot of the students are opting to go to Riverview,
Hmm.
like your family member, instead of staying at BISD.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks, because we should have a very, very strong public education system, because the public education system, again, brings a lot to the table in regards to community-based programs. The problem
Yeah.
with charter schools like Riverview and Robindale and Harmony and Jubilee and others is that their resources go back to a corporate that's far away, and the resources that come into a school district like BISD or other public school districts, usually should stay with our kids and with the 6,000 employees. But
Hmm.
the reality of the matter is, when you've got a weak board like we have, and a very intelligent superintendent, that's been able to ride the wave, we get screwed.
Food arrived.
He get his Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
He's happy.
You can eat it ahora.
Que se moche.
Provecho. ¿Verdad? Ahorita le voy a quitar unas papas.
Are you running for BISD? Yes, I am. I will be running for BISD next year. I will be running for school board, and Gael is going to be my campaign manager.
You bet.
Phonology 101. Phonology. I don't even want to explain to Gael what that means.
¿Qué es eso?
Huh?
¿Qué es penology?
Phonology is kind of a weird. It's a on pan. There's a thing going on because one of the other board members supposedly is having an affair with a different chicks out there and employees. So they said that él va a pescar el pan.
Oh, ay Dios.
And so what happens is, you've got individuals on there like Panology guy and Snaggletooth, the board president that has absolutely no education. You got Daniela Lopez Valdez, who's an airhead, has absolutely no clue or concept of how anything works, because she's a pretty little rich girl that lived her life with a silver spoon in her mouth,
Hmm.
has no concept or clue of what hard life is all about. Something
Yeah.
that we're familiar with. We've
Extreme.
lived a hard life sometimes, but it's the hard life that you live that makes you a strong individual.
Yeah, and it teaches you so many things,
Yeah,
and that's what we must value.
it's educational.
Yeah.
It's education, and a lot of the education that you received on the streets, or because of hard knocks, or because of the difficult times, those are the ones that prepare you for how life is. It's one conversation that me and Gael have had. But a
Hmm.
lot of these individuals that have been protected all their life, silver spoon in their mouth, they have no concept. Like all these Saint Joe people, not all, a lot of the Saint
Hmm.
Joe people, they've been protected all their lives. So it's kind of interesting, because sometimes I'll run into my Saint Joe people, and they're like kind of like on the snobbish side, like, I'm going like, bitch, I'm Erasmo Castro, bitch.
Yeah, they don't really have the perspective that we were gifted, because I'm thankful, in a way, to being able to have a different perspective other than, just having everything easy.
Given to you.
Hmm.
Uh, what do you think about remodeling El Jardín Hotel? Oh, let me say this. I think it's a waste of money. Have you seen the El Jardín Hotel, Bobby?
Yes, I have
What do you think
beautiful.
on the remodeling of it?
Um, I'm not really sure what it is that they plan on doing it. They said affordable housing, but it's a lot of money going into affordable housing that could otherwise be spent in, I guess, more accessible housing that I feel they could produce more housing than spent in that one building. That's gonna require a lot.
Our superintendent was hired in McAllen, Texas.
What do we think of that?
That is interesting. Oh crap.
El Jardín Hotel really is a beautiful place. I've seen
Yes,
see that
they
inside.
hired. Oh my God. They hired Rene Gutierrez as the finalist. Guys, you're hearing it here first. They hired Rene Gutierrez, our superintendent. We were talking about this, Gael. Isn't that crazy? We just made news. They
Interesting.
hired our superintendent as the new superintendent for McAllen ISD. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, high five. Awesome.
Kathy, this is Gael.
Hello. Hi,
Hi,
Kati.
Gael.
It's a
Good afternoon.
pleasure.
Good evening.
Good
Well,
evening.
the good news for Brownsville is that our superintendent was hired as a superintendent for
Wonder
McAllen
how that's gonna go.
ISD.
Take him, take him, take him.
Ay, Dios.
Isn't that crazy?
And what happens with us?
We are left without a superintendent.
But they'll have to put an interim. So,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
So who was this? Well, our superintendent was the one that was just hired for McAllen.
They hired him in McAllen because the one from McAllen went to Harlingen.
Yeah, that's what Gael and I were talking about right now. So we were just waiting for the final meeting.
Mm-hmm. So he got hired.
Isn't that crazy?
Interesting. Well, McAllen's gonna have a problem of their own now. If he's not kept in check. It's interesting.
Well, they don't. I don't know how much they'll put over there, but I don't think they'll tolerate that really. On it, but good for them. They're taking somebody that we don't need.
No, yeah.
Yeah, thank God. Congratulations, community of Brownsville. We've lost our superintendent.
And no, it's okay. We're in no pain. We're not suffer. He made us suffer for a while, but thank God. This is a time to celebrate that he's going. He's leaving.
Oh my God.
The idiot is finally leaving. Maggie posted it first. Sorry. Well, it's something that we've been talking about for a while now. So we kind of knew that it was on the verge of coming. But congratulations to Maggie for being the first one to post it out there. It's great. Appreciate it. But I think more individuals are going to find out about it from our post, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's just good that he's gone. That's super. That's super good news. Hell yeah.
So those in BISD that we're wishing, we're hoping, we're praying. Hey,
Hit the road, Jack.
come back no more. Right? Don't let the door. The door's wide enough. You can exit it. Don't let it hit you on the way out.
Yakety yak.
Don't talk back.
Don't come back.
Don't come back.
Yakety yak. Don't come back, bitch.
Don't come back.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Rene Gutierrez. Honestly, congratulations to Rene Gutierrez. It's good that that he's getting a job closer to where he could probably create more of an impact for himself. But it's one less problem that we have to deal with. Now the question is, what's going to happen to BISD, Kathy?
That's
En la Southmost y toda la ciudad.
yep. Now they put the interim. Who's gonna?
Let's see. Excellent news. Good riddance. Preach. Yeah. Sylvia Atkinson takes over from prison.
That's funny.
La mendiga Silvia is going to take over. She probably could. Dear Rene, bye, bitch. Another administrator. The wicked witch is gone. The witch.
It's a celebration night.
It is a celebrated kind of night in that respect. But my concern, Kathy and Gael, is that a lot of times when you get rid of someone that's so horrible, you hope that the next individual isn't twice as bad. And that's always a concern. Because the problem, Gael, and Kathy, and you know this, Kathy, you've been on the board. The problem is we have probably the weakest board that has ever existed uh, in
Current,
in the
current,
district's history.
yeah.
So, what can we expect from a weak board, but yet another weak administrator that we're probably going to give another $400,000 to, Kathy?
And let me tell you, it is such a shame because again, it's another phase of where the students don't get what they're supposed to get. The budget is is not where it's supposed to be. Then you have that low, that morale is down. And I mean, it's just a matter of who on the board. You really need to have a shift in 2024. You really need some good board members there. And I heard that that coach Farley is running.
Farley.
Hmm.
Who's Farley? Is it?
He was a coach in Hannah.
I hope he doesn't run against me because I kind of. We'll see.
Yeah.
Va a haber pitada en la Southmost por René. Do you think Minerva is getting reelected? No. We'll see. Who's filling SpongeBob Blockhead's shoes in the meanwhile? I'm going to guess that Dr. Cantu is going to be interim. Does that make sense, Kathy?
Well, you have what are they going to pick the area assistant superintendents? Who are the ones that they have there right now?
Well,
if they have any that are capable.
Again, and I made mention of this, and people got pissed off, and I actually got a couple of messages sent because I said that Alma Rubio is probably going to be, someone that might be considered for interim because I think she's playing to their music, so that might be someone. I don't think Rose Longoria. Rose Longoria was your principal, Kyle.
Yes.
I don't
Everyone
think.
loved.
Huh?
Everyone loved her. She was an amazing principal.
I don't think that she would be made interim superintendent because of her relationship with Minerva Peña, because they're tied at the hip.
And they somebody that's going to play games with them and roll with them. That's what they want.
And that's not Rose. Rose,
yeah.
Rose is not that person. Have you seen Rose lately again?
No, I think the last time I saw her was at Best Buy.
She lost a lot of weight.
No la he visto.
Congratulations to her. She lost a lot of weight. And I saw her at the meeting that I went to last week, and she said, that's why you look great. I said, you look great too. Proof he never cares and only uses our community to fluff up his resume. Well, yeah. The guy was a piece of trash. One of our BISD student councils could be better than the pace.
No. I mean, it's beyond me. I can't think how people voted for some of these people on the board. Do these people understand what type of leaders they need for a school board? I mean, really, you need to know and understand and be on it and be able to know that the level of expectation is number one priority, the education of our students, then to our teachers to have everything that they need. And it's just unbelievable.
Is Kathy running for school board too?
Kathy?
I'm really, honestly, I'm considering it, but I really need, and people need to be out there and really make sure that you make noise and to support the right people this time.
Yeah. Well, I already got my campaign manager ready.
There you go.
I'll start working already.
Good. Jessica Denise, Eddie Garcia, and Daniela will soon be kissing someone else's ass to get their way. Yeah, this is why the dynamic starts to change it, and it's kind of like on the amazing side, guys, because now it's like they're all going to be scrambling because the interim superintendent that's going to be there is going to have to again, Kathy, count to 4. So that's why it's going to be interesting who they pick. Whoever they pick is going to be an ass kisser. Yep. No doubt. Stupid autocorrect. I meant to say he jumped ship. Well, I think we got what you understood. Do we have to start with a 3-year contract? Can we have a yearly contract just like the other employees? Well, let me tell you, one of the things that Kathy made mention of, actually at the meeting, Kathy said, why have they removed superintendent evaluation that should be something that is permanent from every single agenda for the board meeting. They removed that. And that was smart on Gutierrez's part to do.
And we had implemented it in 2008. It was a time that we implemented it to make sure that these, whenever something would go wrong, that at that time of the meeting or a special call board meeting, that agenda item was a standing item, so we can hold the superintendent accountable and question it and talk about the item and then discuss about what we were going to do or decide as to disciplinary or growth, to give him um, a kind of like an evaluation for the next meeting to see if he would correct the problem, but that it would go on his record. But that's why I question it. What happened? Because Lucy and I noticed it, like, hey, wait a minute. The evaluation, we're supposed to have a board self-evaluation on every meeting and the superintendent.
I love you, Alex. Well, one of the things that I think is kind of interesting, Kathy and Gael, is that it's like you fluff up your own resume because a lot of times, I don't know if y'all, we all know that, people, when they're doing their resumes, they always like fluff it up to make themselves look really good. So, Kathy, wasn't it smart, and Gael, wasn't it smart of the superintendent to remove the superintendent evaluation whilst he was preparing to apply for other districts? I mean, it's a smart move,
Mm.
you know?
It's gonna clear him of all of the dirt,
Well, yeah,
obviously.
because
So
it's not going to give him any tachitas
And
along the way.
when the evaluation comes, like
Exactamente.
it would have been recorded the day of the meeting, he was evaluated on this day for this. That's why we made it a an agenda
Standing item, a
standing,
standing item.
yeah, agenda item, standing agenda item.
And the superintendent of the year, my God.
Nombre, I cannot believe it.
But it's smart. And this is one of the things that I think, and again, something that Gael and I were talking about before Kathy got on here. This is what happens when you have a stupid board, ignorant people, babosos, idiotas that are running the show. Because here comes a superintendent that can control every single one of those four votes, Kathy and Gael. So we get screwed because we
mhm.
don't have the most qualified individuals on there. We don't have board members on there that are going to be asking the right questions, that are going to be like going like, why the hell is this item, have been removed from the agenda? Why the hell are we digging into the budget? And something that Kathy, Lucy, and myself noticed when we were there, we're going like, bitch, we're losing cash, a lot of cash.
Let me tell you, I don't know if maybe you heard about this, but there's a construction going on at Sam's, and the contractor,
Yes,
uh, $1 million that was paid out, and
lost,
it was
disappeared, a
lost.
million bucks
So
disappeared,
lost, sent
Just
over,
like that.
disappeared.
held accountable. The superintendent should have been held accountable. The CFO should have been held,
Financial officer.
because whoever allowed that and didn't double check, shame on you. But if it would have been a teacher, if it was, or an employee that would have broken a policy or done something wrong, you're gone.
Off of their head.
You're
Mhm.
gone.
One Gael, $1 million pissed away,
That's wild.
disappeared, gone.
That could have very well been used for student resources.
Well,
But that could have been on part of his evaluation. Like, sir, this is not acceptable.
yeah, but
Talking about
it wasn't because it's not a standing agenda item, so they couldn't talk about it. If it's not on the agenda, they cannot speak about it. So it was very smart to remove it before he
Mm.
goes apply somewhere else. And this is one of the things that I shared with someone today. Actually, I shared it with Frankie. I go like, but Frankie, I mean, the guy, you've got to applaud the guy, Kathy and Gael. Smart moves, you know? I mean, you may not agree with him. He screwed us over, but he played the game well, with the help of the stupid idiots, the majority that are there right now, who actually gave him, guys, an extension to his contract. An extension for doing a horrible job. It's Gael. If you're out there working for Komori and you do a horrible job, do you get a raise or an extension to your contract?
No, pues no.
You
No,
get
but then reduce your hours. The manager
Hmm.
is not going to give you enough hours if you're not an employee that you're supposed to be working to the highest level of expectation from the corporate company.
yes,
Yeah.
you get your ass kicked to the curb.
And
Hmm.
so who's supposed to be keeping them in line?
Check.
Like,
Well, let me tell you, the board members, the community, and the board members are supposed to keep the superintendent in check.
hmm,
And they don't because they're morons.
yeah.
Because they're more after the pan, the the boom boom canchis on the side, because that's what they're doing. They're all of them are having sex with the employees out there. So they're going the canchis on the side. So they're
Hmm.
more interested in that and keeping that covered up than actually doing their job of maintaining the superintendent in check and the school board attorney. That's the only fun. Those are the only two employees, guys, that that the school board overseas. The only two.
No, it's very unfair because a while ago I found out that the Rio Grande Valley was lowest in the nation in education.
Fourth least
Yeah,
educated in the
and
country.
that's very sad. I mean,
It's true. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to interrupt. My son was going to Texas Lutheran University, the oldest one. And he's a physics teacher. And it's unbelievable. When he was over there, he told me, Mom, you're on the school board and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I'm like, what do you mean? He says, the curriculum that you guys are approving are not getting us to the level to be competitive enough with the other students that are from Katy, Texas, from
mhm,
area, from the San Antonio. I'm struggling, Mom. I am not. I am a top student, but I'm not making it, Mom. You guys
yeah,
need to step it up a notch because you guys are doing us. You guys are doing us an injustice. My own son told me.
mhm,
That's why when it came to curriculum, I would ask the questions and whatever was needed because I wanted to make sure that our students were literally given what was needed and that the teachers were not struggling either, that the administration at the Glass Palace building, what they call on Price Road, right, that they were doing what was needed so the teachers would have it easier and the students
mhm,
would be getting prepared for what was the challenge that they would face tomorrow, the day of tomorrow. But everybody wants to lie, and then when we want to hold them accountable, when we ask the questions, well, don't ask the questions. Well, that's why we can't fix the problem. And if
yeah.
you don't admit that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then that's your personal problem, not mine.
And like your son told you, many of my friends that have gone to study upstate, they tell me they underprepared us. We are not ready for this. All of my other classmates, it's like they they were there, like they knew what to do, and the RGB just like it failed us. They didn't educate us properly, and it's hard because that just brings down our statistics even lower. I
Oh,
mean,
and it affects everything. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. It's like this slow ripple effect, because the foundation of everything is a great education.
hmm,
When you don't have a great education, when you got the fourth least educated community in the country, it's probably gone down to even the second least educated community in the country. When you have that, we don't have economic development. We don't have
yeah,
jobs that pay well.
There's
You know,
the community
yeah.
because that they're not ready. They're not. I mean, it is what it is, and that's our job. Our job as board members is ask the questions. What's out there for our students? Bring it for our students. What's it going to cost? Can we make sure that we can get that for our students? No, they rather spend money in something else, in salaries of people that aren't worth what they're
hmm,
getting paid. I mean, we were paying an outrageous amount of salary for his cronies that he brought to begin with.
It's
Him and his
well,
cronies.
it's crazy because at the end of the day, they continue to make themselves richer and they continue to make our community all the more poorer. And that's what really sucks because at the end of the day, it affects every aspect of life here in the city of Brownsville. One of the things, guy, that I've been fighting for the longest time is I want our students to stay here. I want our students to stay here in Brownsville, but
hmm,
there's nothing for our students here in Brownsville. There's
no,
no job opportunities. There's no continual educational institutes that would get them, a law degree, prepare them for a medical profession. There's nothing. And this is what's so unfortunate because we constantly get sold out. The same thing happened with UTRGV. We got sold out. And back then, Kathy, I would and I would out there. I was bitching about guys. We're getting the short end of the stick. They go, no, no, no. Give UTRGV everything, guys. They're not going to have their main offices here in Brownsville, and they didn't. A lot of the classes that our students have to take, they have to bus all the way
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh
Mm-hmm.
because there's no classes here for their degrees. So what happens automatically? La mentalidad de los alumnos is, I got to get the hell out of Brownsville because
Yes.
they are not providing for me the necessities, the bare necessities that I need in order to succeed, or preparing me in suffice in order to land those big companies. I mean, I have a niece who had to go study in San Marcos. That chick is making like $100,000 now as an engineer for a company. I don't know where, the military, but she could never get that by studying a degree here in the city of Brownsville. And that's what's unfortunate because it's all connected and a lot of people don't see that.
Mm-hmm.
What's the kid and who's his background? I just see him agreeing with everything and not offering any substance.
Um, hey, so I am a student in TSC at the moment. Um, I'm just doing my basics, but I'm not really into the whole, um, I guess, like, what's the word? Sorry, my mind went blank.
The politic thing?
Yes,
The put-
I'm more of an artistic guy. My passion is interior design. I plan on studying interior design, and I have to go to Texas State. It's my dream school. But yeah, I'm just kind of learning a lot, and I'm getting some more insight into what I've researched.
Well, and I think that's important because we have to, and again, just so truth be told, no, truth be told, we need, guy is a voter. Guy is a voter and is a resident and a recent graduate from BISD and attending our community college here locally. Sorry. Ricardo me está marque como loco. But so I want to hear a different perspective because we need to get a different perspective from everybody out there. The question is, with the superintendent gone, does this mean the deputies will be fired? No. Remember, we only have one deputy superintendent right now. And I'm going to guess that the deputy superintendent, Dr. Cantu, will become the new interim superintendent while we find a superintendent. And I think at that time, Kati and Gael, I think at that time, we're probably going to let go of the deputy superintendent position, which is the smart thing to do. Great.
Thank you.
Well, and let me say, and it's a tough show. It's a tough show because we do have a lot of tough questions out there. But I'm interested in something that Gael brought up. And again, guys, in regards to us being one of the least educated communities in the country, it's very telling, guys. It's very, very telling. And it's not so much telling, se siente, because of everything
see
else.
it.
Huh?
The community. You can see it, feel
Yeah,
it.
you could see it, you could feel it, you could hear it in our community. But nothing is going to change until individuals like Gael and a lot of the other younger individuals actually decide to make a stand and say, we want something different. Because the power to affect change in our community is in our students. It is in them. Because if our students actually came out and to vote and were registered to vote, we could sway any single election out there. It's the question is, truth be told, and everybody else, what do we need to do to involve our party? And again, I appreciate truth be told being on here, but guys, instead of discouraging our young people from being a part of the process, guys, we have to continuously work. Truth be told, to encourage, to applaud when individuals want to take a stand and say, "Hey, I have questions." And I made mention of this, Kathy, because the reason that I met Gael again recently, well, actually a couple of months back, was because he has sent me. I don't know if you were hearing this part, Kathy, but he sent me a request for the audit for the Tenasca, and I thought that was very that was honorable, that was commendable, Kathy. That
Mm.
someone so young,
One.
a student at TSE, is interested in finding out what the hell happened with 179 million of our dollars, because they screwed us over with 179 million dollars. And I think, truth be told, and Kathy and Gael, I think that's commendable.
Mhm.
And we need more of that. We need more individuals, Gael's age.
Participate, more
Huh?
more
Yeah,
participation
Gael
part.
age.
We're not the same ones asking the questions, that we're not the same ones complaining, because you know what, they'll like, it's the same one else comes and complains. You're the same group, you're the same whiners, you're the same criers, and that's what
But,
it is.
but, but let me say this, truth be told, because I know where you're going. We got to stop being dicks. We got to stop being dicks. And don't take this the wrong way, guys, but we got to stop being dicks. And this is like that other guy that came on here the other day and was like, oh, well. Guys, we've got to start bringing in people together instead of pushing people away. We can't do that, guys. And look, truth be told, we all should be aimed at the same thing and bringing positive change to this community. And the only way that we're going to bring positive change to this community is if we start working together and stop trying to cut us all down, guys. And I know what you're trying to do, truth be told, and I don't appreciate it. And I don't appreciate it because we're finally getting some movement, some traction with young people wanting to be a part and asking questions, Kati. We can't push them
Yeah.
aside.
Um, and to truth be told, like I get where he's coming from, and I'm just curious, and I'm actually very glad that I came on here because I'm learning something that I wasn't previously aware of. I mean, I didn't know much about Rene Gutierrez and how he was the very bad administrator, and I think it's good that people like me are going to become more knowledgeable on stuff like this.
Well, because the day of tomorrow, like today, I had like
Hmm.
7 or 8 calls from clients that purchased homes from me because I'm a realtor, and they got their taxes already, that they're going to pay. And one of my clients said, Kat, it went from 4,000 to 8,000,
Gacho,
4,200 to 8,648.
gacho.
The taxes, the property taxes.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, you're young. Eventually, you're going to
Hmm.
have a home. But if you start seeing what part of life is, and you start understanding, it'll be easier for you to make decisions or to understand what responsibilities or obligations you're going to have, like when you're in a home. So, like this gentleman, he's got a mortgage payment, which means that his payment for his home was based on $4,000, $4,600 worth of taxes. But now it increased, to 8,648.
Hmm.
So it's like now his mortgage payment is going to go up higher. So if he doesn't have that on his budget, guess what's going to happen? He's probably even at risk to even lose his home. So those are things that, the truth be told, or whoever
Hmm.
he is or she is, when you guys, the young generation, starts coming and working together with us, the older generation, it's good, because you guys need to become aware of all these things that are going to be there for you
Hmm.
as a responsibility if you decide to buy a home. Those are factors that will hinder your payment, your finances. And then also, um, insurance for the property. He also told me, and to top it off, my insurance for the property also went up. So his mortgage payment went up like about a good $642 on top of what he was paying.
That's
And that's
crazy.
unfortunate. And that's unfortunate. I actually got a message today, Kathy, the same message. Uh, my it says here, last year my house was evaluated at 70,000. Now 126 thousand. Old with no changes, an old house, no changes. You meet up what I have to pay. I also own an empty lot, and it's not worth, and I have to pay more than $1,000. I mean, that's crazy. Sorry, guys. More than $1,000, and this is what's happening throughout. And again, for a lot of the younger individuals like I am and stuff, people go like, well, but his parents have to pay extra taxes, you know, and when your parents have to pay extra taxes, your family members, it means less money that can be set aside, to help further your education,
Hmm.
or take a family vacation and stuff. And that's what really, really sucks. We already live in the poorest community in the country, the poorest community in the country. And then to have to pay as much in regards to taxes as other communities that are doing 10 times better than we are, it really does suck. And it's just really, really very, very unfortunate. We the elders to teach the young and the truth about corruption, something that is not taught in school. The word corruption isn't even used and is taboo. And I agree. And one of the things that I think that where we failed our kids, our students, is that a lot of our students, they leave high school and they don't even know how to fill out a their income tax form. They don't even know what income tax
What
is. Huh?
they don't.
They
I,
don't.
I'm clueless.
Well, it's true, and it's so
But
amazing
that's
because
why we're supposed to be here for you.
yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
And what's so amazing, Kati, is that then we get a lot of individuals. Someone just parked behind my car, bitches. And like, what the hell are you doing? What I think is really amazing is that a lot of times they'll leave high school. They can't even fill out a resume or curriculum and don't understand what FICA is. FICA. And you
bye.
go like, you're, you're paying FICA. And people go like, what the hell is FICA? You know?
Who is Fika and why am I paying Fika?
Why is Fika getting my cash, bitch? You know, but and that's I think where a lot of times we keep on dumbing down our students in regards to knowing what the real world is all about.
Hmm.
And I need to get some Botox. I'm
Oh
probably
yeah.
going to try and get that in Monterrey tomorrow. But
Vamos.
the other thing that I want to talk about, but we've actually been here for an hour. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it time flies? You're having fun.
It
But
does.
one of the other things that I don't know, are you well versed? Well, you have a car, Gael, but did you ever use the uh, public transportation system here in Brownsville?
Yeah. I would even take the bus from Brownsville downtown to the island as well.
Wow. Well, one of the things I think is still a problem with our city of Brownsville is that the resources of the city of Brownsville aren't going for a lot of our poor individuals out here in the city of Brownsville. We still don't have bus stops or bus shelters at a lot of our bus
Hmm.
stops, and that just really sucks. Gracias a Dios, we're already getting like today and yesterday we're a little bit on the cooler side. Man, today was kind of awesome. Gael and I were having this conversation the other day, like. I'm ready for some cool weather so I can start wearing my sweaters and stuff.
I have so many outfits ready.
Well, you look kind of amazing yesterday. I kind of like that sweater you had yesterday, but
Thank you.
but a lot of our during the summer times where we've had probably the hottest summer in history in our area. We think we had 40 some days of over 100 plus degree temperature weather. A lot of our the handicapped people, a lot of our poorer people that use the bus system had to
Hmm.
stand out there in the hot weather, in the hot sun, and absolutely no shade. And that's just embarrassing, Kati, because you know that a lot of the people that ran for office made a lot of promises they have not kept, and that's unfortunate. Cheerleaders, our mayor John Cowan, you
No, no.
know,
We were to write a book. I think we do well.
very well, guys. Thanks for coming on. We'll have another show. We'll have another show tomorrow morning, but hopefully we come back on. I think tomorrow's morning is going to be an interesting show. Now that guy that Rene Gutierrez is adios, compadre, going
I
to
hope
Macau.
best things are coming for the Brownsville education.
I'm
Yes.
hoping. We're praying that greater things are coming for our local educational system, for BISD, for our students, and for our staff. I'm hoping. And something that Kathy mentioned is, guys, we have the opportunity to affect true change in 2024. So that's just around the corner, guys. So be ready. I mean, this year is almost over.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for coming on, guys. Have a great evening,
Nice
guys.
to
Thank
guys.
you,
Thank
Erasmo.
you,
Nice to meet you, Kathy.
Take care. God bless
guys.
you.
Be good
God
to each
bless you
other.
too.
Continue to be good to me. Don't go, Gael.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Adios.